What up, y'all? It's DJ Jerica, and I'm back again for another podcast. And I want to say thank you guys for tuning in to my last couple of shows. Your girl is back on the blog talking about all the hot topics of entertainment, news, world news in the black and urban community. And I appreciate y'all. So today, man, got some more updates in regards to Beyonce Bowl. You know, of course, everybody called it Beyonce Bowl. She performed for the NFL and Netflix, and she did an entire montage of all of her hits from Cowboy Carter. And it's been a ton of haters out there, you know, basically spewing a lot of negativity in her direction in the comment section, just all through the web. And her mother, Miss Tina Knowles, has had it, and she is sounding off, okay? And she's letting the people know that no, stop coming for my baby. And I'm going to read exactly what she wrote. Also today, we're going to talk about Diddy and his current living conditions, man, because of course he's in the metropolitan detention center in Brooklyn, and of course he's under a lot of charges right now, waiting trial for Fed charges. And allegedly, according to news outlets, the Daily Mail, the music mogul had a meltdown over the Christmas weekend. So I'm going to read about that, and everything in this podcast is alleged. Everything that I discuss is alleged. Allegedly, is that's just what it is, okay? And we have so much more coming in, and it's not just going to be gossip. We're going to talk about some music news too. I'm going to give you guys my top albums of 2025, and it's going to be some independent, some mainstream, and why I decided to select this. So make sure you guys hit that sub button, and let's just get into the podcast. We have so much more to discuss besides that, so keep it locked, all right? So let's just get into this. So Beyonce mom is calling out haters online because they have been spewing so much hate towards Beyonce after she did her performance for the NFL Netflix. Now, I'm going to tell you this. As a blogger, of course, I have my own website. Make sure you guys check out my website, djjericapod.com. If I'm not running my gums here, I'm over here writing away, of course, working hard and building my brand. But back to it. But anyway, I see on the web when I blog and write stories about Beyonce, and my stories about her is positive, right? Because she doesn't have scandals and stuff going on. You have stuff going on with her husband right now, but you know, that is one thing where people are coming at her for now specifically. But before all of this dropped, every time I would put out an article about Beyonce and the work that she's doing, there has been a ton of people just spewing negativity, spewing hate towards her. You know, and a lot of the times I just wonder if it's racism. I mean, I see a lot of non-melanated people saying negative, nasty things about her, and I'm just like, okay, especially since she put out Cowboy Carter the past year. When she dropped that earlier this year, when I was blogging about it, there was a ton of people who are not a part of the black community saying nasty racial things to her. And I just, you know, I let them have at it, because my thing is the people that's in my comment section, you know, they have jobs and stuff like that. So if you want to be viewed as that on the internet, I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to sit here and try to block your freedom of speech, right? And if it gets too intense where somebody's saying something real racial, like doing slurs, then I got to comment, then I got to block you. And that's just how I handle it. Now, there has been a ton of comments. People saying that she's a terrible performer, okay? Saying that, oh, this isn't good enough. That isn't good enough. You know, referencing to her husband and the allegations that's going on in regards to this lawsuit. You know, I mean, all this other stuff is going on. Instead of focusing on art and the work that she's presenting and what she's been presenting to the public for the past 20 plus years. And it's been so much. And you know, the thing that gets me, and I think is just so strange about a lot of these people on the web, is there was 27 million people that tuned in. All right. And I'm like, what's half of that? Just a bunch of haters that wanted to give her. Because the thing is, like, if you don't like something, you don't have to tune in to watch it. You don't have to see Beyonce. You don't have to interact with the work that she's doing. If you guys feel like whatever you guys feel personally, you don't believe in certain things, or you have, you know, the rumor mill is making you so you guys just can't support, that's your right. But why is it that you guys spend so much time going to see her just to say that she sucks? I mean, the thing is, I feel like we're in an era with so many liars, so many people that just like to go viral, so many people that just want the attention and the ability to move up the algorithm to get that like and whatever of their comment, that they're going to go in a direction of negativity. Even if they like the artist, even if they feel like I kind of like what this person is doing, they're going to say, is that going to help me move with the algorithm? The answer most of the time is no. So they're going to go ahead and just start spewing negativity, right? So there was someone who wrote a comment about Beyonce, and her mother, Tina Knowles, reposted it. Now, Tina Knowles is all Miss Tina Knowles, out of respect, Miss Tina Knowles, has always been very vocal and has been very protective on the web when it comes to Beyonce. She is basically the voice of Beyonce, I would say, because Beyonce herself, she's not going to go on the web and be like this, and this. But I feel like her mom is like, you know what, you're not going to do it. You can't do it, but I'm going to say it because I'm not going to sit here and watch these people harass you or say negative things about you that, are untrue or just flat out just unnecessary. Okay. Because really, it's just like for the people in regards to her performance, it's like, who has more egg on their face? You paid for a subscription to Netflix, so you just paid for that, right? But you have the option. You have like thousands of different videos you guys could have watched, right? You guys literally had to go inside of an app or open the app on your television, press the button again, sit through half of the show, and instead of you just muting it or just walking away or logging off, because it's that easy, when she went on the screen, you guys sat and watched so you could go on Twitter and say that she sucks and also talk negative about her daughter and everything else. I just don't understand it. I think it's weird, and I think it's like a sick obsession. And that's, that is something that a lot of people in the world have sometimes. They have like a sick obsession, and it can be dangerous when someone has a sick obsession with you. And look, I'm going to say this because people are going to say, oh, you're caping for this and this. No, what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, I want to clarify. I have my media communications degree, and that's a degree of journalism. So I understand the various aspects of media. So I'm going to report the truth and the stories, of course, of what's going on in the world. But I'm also going to be vocal and say, hey, share my thoughts because I'm here to entertain. Anyway, so her mother, one of her fans, I think of Beyonce's fans, had wrote, in retrospective of if you like Beyonce's music or not, it is proof and motivation that no matter how undeniably talented you are, people will always have some negative-ish to say. Watching Beyonce made me not care what anyone thinks of me anymore. The amount of hatred and trolling this woman has received for her flawless freaking performance is unreal to me. Moral of the story is, do you? If Beyonce ain't worried about the haters, you shouldn't be worried either. Go be great. And I had to start that, right? I had to heart that, right? And Tina Knowles got wind of that. And she's seen that. And she reposted it to her page, all right? And it is warm in here. Anyways, okay. She reposted it to her page and said, my sentiments exactly. It is mind-boggling to me that you would take your precious Christmas day and watch a performance of someone you hate and you don't think has talent so that you can talk about it later. Obviously, you are so obsessed with them, addicted to them, and secretly admire them. Wish you could be them. That you cannot help but to watch and critique and comment and say dumb, ridiculous stuff that makes you look like a joke. So go to another channel when the halftime show start. Watch goofy cartoons or Bozo the Clown. Okay, she's telling people like. She's saying, let me read that again. Let me read that line again, okay? Wish you could be them. You cannot help but to watch and make you look like a joke. So go to another channel when it's halftime. Watch goofy cartoons or Bozo the Clown or something you can relate to see yourself in. Oh my God. Said with love. P.S. I have learned so much from her. Warrior spirit of when they go low, I work harder. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. One, two, three, waiting for the fake bots to come. So she put that up, and it had like 6 figures worth of likes and stuff, and people are leaving tons of comments. One person said, "Tell him Mama Tina." And I think the thing about it is many of the fans and stuff act as if even if somebody is wealthy or a billionaire or whatever, they don't have family members that care about them, and sometimes they get annoyed. I mean, a celebrity, I'm pretty sure they get annoyed with people talking negative about them, right, all the time. And I feel like in this field of media, the work that we do, oftentimes, most people just don't want to tune into like positivity. It's hard. So I feel like a lot of times people just want to go and be negative, whether it's bloggers, whether it's fans. They want to try to say as much salacious, nasty things to build their brand and or just build their followers, right? Because everybody's not necessarily building a brand, but other people out here, they're thirsty, they want attention, so they're gonna say what they're gonna say, even though they know for a fact it's not true. Can't nobody come out and tell me that Beyonce is not a great performer. It's really, look at the screen. It's not a question about it. It's the truth. It's factual. And it's not about her personal life. It's not about her husband. It's not about anything. If you look on that screen right now and you see her perform, and you're not trying to have bias because she's black or a female, you can be clear and say, wow, that was a phenomenal performance. This woman literally was on cars, horses, on fields, dancing with a marching band. And it's clear that you can do all of that, and you're still going to have people that just don't want to be won over, which is fine. And I think that's the reason, her mom went out and defended Beyonce, because Beyonce has a big brand, and she's always been really class A, quiet about the things that's going on. I honestly feel like she's being more vocal now to expand her brand, and interacting with her fans, because she's understanding that it's a different era. But she's been pretty, to herself. I think the only time I noticed that Beyonce was speaking more realistically was when she was campaigning and did that speech for Kamala Harris. But for the most part, Beyonce just performs and mind her business. And that's the other thing that boggles my mind, because it's like she really just performs and minds her business. That's pretty much all I get from her.